Welcome to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at
the fabulous Arizona Center.
We have an art filled day for you here on the morning show.
Indeed we do.
Apparently I'm learning how to talk too. That's also happening
But you know, actually you are, because you get to learn how to pronounce. See, now you got me doing it. It's like, wait a minute, produce the proper word.
It's contagious.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, we've got Carmen here from Cultural Coalition, and she is sharing kind of a deeper look into the scope of work that they do in the community beyond the festivals that you might recognize, which is great. And then we've also got an artist here. Her name is Laura Madden, and she's all about sustainability and repurposing kind of found things.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really beautiful episode today. Can't wait for you to meet these creative souls.
Welcome back to the morning show. I am Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at
the fabulous Arizona Center.
Feels like we just did this 10 seconds
I know.
ago.
Well, you know, in the distance, there's a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. We don't know quite why it's there.
We did. We just saw out through one of our windows that there's a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow, which we assume is some sort of Halloween event with Ghostbusters.
Or marshmallows.
Like both would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I really don't care which one it is. Yeah. But I would like to go investigate.
Indeed. Well, you know, actually, we're doing a little segment after this, so we can go investigate.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we're doing a little site visit today.
Yeah, so coming up, we are actually going to be visiting the Irish Cultural Center. They are doing this really cool, cute program where you can read to Irish wolfhounds.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going and visiting them in just a bit. But before that, we've got some really just, I don't know, creative, art-filled people that are on a mission to kind of change the world through art.
Right.
We've got Carmen here from Cultural Coalition, and then we've got Laura, who makes art that is very unique and unusual.
Indeed.
So I think you're going to really, hopefully, leave this episode feeling inspired, and I don't know, maybe you'll create something of your own.
You know, I think it's just good to be just aware of kind of what's, I mean, because with Carmen, I mean, it's a Cultural Coalition. They do so much.
Yeah.
That it's even hard to keep track of what all they're doing.
Yeah, so they're going to share about an after-school program that they do that's actually pretty incredible. And then don't forget, we've got the
MIKIZTLI.
MIKIZTLI. We've got the MIKIZTLI Festival coming up on November 1st.
Yeah, right here from, I think it's like 5?
4. You're right, 4.
It's like 4 to 9, so it'll be a lot of fun.
And here is the Arizona Center.
Yes.
So,
which is fabulous.
The fabulous Arizona Center. Yeah, and it's going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to celebrating that with our partners. Cultural Coalition has helped us do the 602 Day event.
Right,
and
exactly.
We've had a great relationship with them. So it's always nice to have someone from there come on the show. But Melissa is antsy and getting hangry and would like to go have a sandwich.
Okay.
So
watch these interviews. You won't regret it. Both of them are so amazing folks with great messages behind what they're doing. Welcome back to the morning show. I am Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
fabulous Arizona Center.
You okay there?
I am. I'm getting a lot of static, and I don't know what's going on.
Oh, sometimes you just got to move the.
So yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
just
Don't worry, I'm
things
not hearing anything. So we're
okay,
we're all clear.
All right.
Sailing.
Oh, that's much better. I can actually hear you.
I know. That's always startling. Okay. You know what's not startling though? You know what's actually pretty lovely?
The amazing guest you're about to introduce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got Carmen here from Cultural Coalition. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Doing really well. We're so excited to have you here.
And I'm so honored that you invited me here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So last week we had Zarko
Yes.
on to talk about, MIKIZTLI. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay, so he was primarily here talking about the festival. Why don't you share a little bit about the festival first, and then I want to dive deeper into the coalition.
Which does amazing work. So I'm so excited
Yeah.
to kind of get more of that background.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Well, MIKIZTLI will be Saturday, November 1st, right here at this beautiful, fabulous Arizona Center. We have food trucks, we have vendors, and we have an incredible entertainment. And we're hoping it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful evening, because the first time we're going to do it in the evening.
Okay.
For 14 years prior to here, we were doing it in the daytime at the park. And you know how hot it gets in October.
Right.
Yeah.
So we used to beg the park, can we have this Saturday evening? Oh, no, you can't do that. So then when we came here, she said, yes, you can do this Saturday evening. So it's going to be the first time for us to do evening. So it's going to be great. So that
People have to be sure and bring their dancing shoes.
yes,
Yeah.
bring your dancing shoes.
Yeah, there's going to be so much great music.
Yes, and also our performers who are under regalia and masks, it's not going to be dying of heat.
Right.
Because in the
Yeah.
daytime, some of the times it was really hot. It got to be
imagine.
106 one of the Sundays that we did. So
Oh my gosh.
yes.
Yeah.
So we're moving into Saturday evening 5 to 9. It's free and open to all. So bring your friends, bring your family, bring your kids. There's a lot of kids art activities. We're going to be doing mask making with the kids.
That's great.
But a lot of our vendors and primarily our people that do information, they are required by us to do a kids art activity.
Okay.
So the parents can talk and the kids can be busy doing something that has to do with the theme.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. And come dressed up. Wear your mask, put some makeup on. It's the Dia de los Muertos. We have to celebrate.
I love it.
Ah.
And I hear there's going to be a bunch of food trucks and
Yes,
vendors and
yes.
tons of stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
So come ready to dance, ready to eat, and ready to shop.
Ready to
and
shop.
learn, the most
And
important
learn.
part.
Yeah.
And celebrate your ancestors. We're going to have a couple altars in the property.
Oh, very
So
cool.
we have a community altar that if you have somebody, your beloved departed that left this year, you can bring a picture, a memento, and leave it in the altar. And then we're going to do a procession. And then we're going to have a candlelight procession at 5 o'clock, 5:30 actually. The event starts at 4 o'clock. We open the
Okay.
mercado at 4 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, the entertainment starts. And at 5:30 at sunset, we're going to lead this beautiful procession through the center, through the grounds, and we have a couple of big altars. One of them is going to be right here where the platform is,
Okay.
where, and the other one is going to be, we also have a group of curanderas, which are healers, community healers. They're doing an altar as well. So we're going to have a couple of altars so people can learn about the procession, can learn about the tradition and
Right.
what is that we do. Of course, it involves food and music and being joy and being happy and remembering our loved ones with all this positivity.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I think Marshall and I are both really looking forward to that.
Oh,
we
very.
enjoy that festival a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as Marshall mentioned, the Cultural Coalition though isn't just about one festival. You
No.
do a ton of work in the community.
Thank you.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about kind of what people should know about Cultural Coalition.
Well, about 30 years ago, that's how old we are, we noticed that there are a lot of Latino arts organizations doing primarily visual arts. We are also the founders of Chicanindio, which now became Chico. Well, a longer time ago became Chico, but they're doing visual arts. Cala does visual arts. Alac has a place downtown and it's mostly visual arts. But nobody's really talking about what we love, which is the dance, the music, the storytelling, the theater, the performing arts, which is where transformational knowledge gets passed down to generations. Like a child sees a dance, they want to dance maybe, or they want to play an instrument if they see another child playing an instrument, So we bring a lot to the festival. We bring the kids like Rosie's House and Harmony Project, which are children who are performing, and they inspire other children to learn music. But our coalition does more than one festival. We do a festival in Mesa, which is usually in March, called Mask Alive
I
Festival.
love that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
and everybody's welcome to wear masks, and we feature lots of cultures that wear masks.
Yes.
Not just us, but
Right.
Chinese, Japanese, Filipinos, they all have mask dances.
Yep.
So we do that. Then we are a resident organization of this Tempe Center for the Arts, the beautiful Tempe Center for the Arts. So last Sunday we did our Indigena, which is a Latin American perspective to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. So we had dancers from Peru, from Mexico. We had the healers over there talking about their traditional arts and their traditional knowledge. We also work with the Sudavaki Museum, which is the museum that belongs to the Autumn tribe. You know, it highlights their knowledge and their ancestral. They did all the canals in our areas, and the reason why Phoenix has all the water is thanks to them and their ancestors.
Well, and I love that most people don't even realize that it's literally like right next to the airport.
Yes.
It's very accessible.
Yes.
And chock full of so much history about what makes Phoenix and Arizona what it is today started right there.
Yes, that's right.
So.
It's a jewel in our community, and they
Right.
just went through renovation, so they have new exhibitions. So we do Portal Fest over there, celebrate indigenous knowledge and also the water. We have to celebrate the fact that we have water over here because this is a desert.
Yeah.
So we do that with the Sudavaki Museum, and then we're also going to do Indigenous Native Holiday, which is at Tempe Center for the Arts, the last Saturday of November, which is November 29th, it's Small Business Saturday, and we partner with OXDX. It's a brand, yes,
With Jared.
Jared,
Yeah.
of course. It's his festival. Yes, he's
okay.
the one who puts together, and we kind of partner and help out
Okay,
with all the
nice.
logistics because we do so many festivals. you know.
Okay.
So anyway, my staff helps out that one, but that's a great one, and it's free and open to the public, and he has 130 vendors.
Wow.
Native American vendors selling stuff for Christmas. So please come Christmas shopping this Saturday after Thanksgiving at the beautiful Tempe Center for the Arts.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what a great thing to know
Yeah,
about. Yeah,
no, that's great.
Okay.
So we do those kind of festivals. And then what we do on a daily basis, we run an after-school arts program at a low-income housing project right downtown Mesa. So we serve about 100 children a year. Every day is like 20 to 30 kids a day. Those are kids who, they're latchkey kids, first of all. So they come home, there's nobody home. So they come to our program, they get a free meal donated by St. Vincent de Paul's Food Bank. Then they get homework help because it's very important that they succeed in school. And then they do an art activity and includes music, maybe robotics, and then also we have a partnership with Local First Arizona, who has a commercial kitchen in our complex.
Okay.
And they do cooking and gardening with our children.
Nice.
So that's a daily work that we do.
How long have you been doing that program?
Well, that program, I've been doing it for about 9 years since the building were built.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful facility called El Rancho del Arte. And there's art everywhere. My husband was the artist on the project. That's how I got involved. And there is mandalas outside of the building. There's poetry and all the stairways. So it doesn't really look like a low-income housing. It's beautiful. The facility is really built to last and has all these amenities. So they have like every resident gets a garden box. So some of the residents don't want a garden, they give it to the school. So then our children have an opportunity to do seedlings and plant and understand the connection between farm and table kind of thing. That's what Local First does so well for us. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I remember the first time I learned that you all were doing that, and I was so moved because I didn't know. I knew about the festivals and I knew kind of about a lot of the cultural activations in that way, but I didn't know about this after school program, and I thought that was incredible.
Oh, thank you. We feel like we impact a lot of kids' lives.
Yeah.
Because some of them have never had art. Well, you know, in schools they don't get art and music anymore. And for me, music and art is the essence of our humanity.
Yeah.
Is how we express ourselves. And if we children don't have that kind of way to do it, you know, what kind of citizens are they going to be when they
Right.
grow up? So giving them that art experience and making them feel successful in school has really impacted a lot of the kids' life.
That's so powerful.
So we probably have a lot of folks who may not have heard of Cultural Coalition before and are like, oh my gosh, how do I find out more?
Oh.
How do they find out more or even get involved?
We're looking for volunteers and for donors, and they can go on our website, culturecoalition.com, and then we have all kinds of artists there. Like if you're looking for mariachi, if you're looking for dancers, if you're looking for something
so really like a
special.
one-stop and shop.
Yes. We provide services to schools. We also provide services to the museums, like the MIM and the HERD have hired us when they do Dia de los Niños. They bring our coalition in, so we do programs with them. We work with some really beautiful programs like Harmony
I know,
Project.
I see Rosie's
Yeah.
house
Rosie's
on
house is
there.
over there.
Nice.
We have giant puppets that we can rent them out
Yeah,
for different
we
events.
love those giant puppets.
Yes,
Yeah.
they dance. They call it Dancing Catrinas, and they're going to be at the festival, by the way.
Oh,
good.
Here at the
Cool.
Arizona Center. So we try to make the art parts of everybody's lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we know it makes the quality of life better. And like I said, it really connects us with our humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it is a beautiful mission. We are so thankful to have you in this community, truly. And I know I said it last time when Zarko was here, and I'm not just saying it to say it. I love the Mask Alive Festival so much. It is one of the coolest things I think I have ever been to, because I just, in Phoenix, I had not seen something that represented so many different cultures all in one place, and it was so joyful and filled with music and performances, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Well,
so.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be doing it. I think it's March 20th this year. And then we also do at Puente Fest at Tempe Center for the Arts, which is a children's arts festival.
Very cool.
So that will be February 5th. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So we love working with the arts. We feel like it enriches not only our lives, but the lives of the people that we come into connections with.
Very much
We
so.
also know through our surveys that the first time that a child has an opportunity to have an arts activity is through us, because they don't have that in school anymore. You know, so they come, the parents bring them, and we feel like we're serving these creative parents who are looking for opportunity for their children to explore their creativity.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who pay for the mariachi clothing and take them to classes and take them to dance classes. So these are the parents who are already invested into the program of the arts by providing a platform for their own children, but also their children inspire other children.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we feel very happy about it.
You should feel happy about
Yes,
it.
I am.
And
Yeah.
dude, just making the world a better place.
Such
Yeah,
a
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we need arts all the time.
We do.
Very
I second
much so.
that.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Carmen, for being
Thank you for
here
coming.
and
Bye.
sharing a little bit more about the coalition. If you are interested in volunteering and donating, finding artists, or attending one of the events, you can find all of that on their website. So you just got to go to culturalcoalition.com.
That's right.
Okay. And you'll find all the good stuff right there waiting for you. Marshall and I definitely hope to see you out at
MIKIZTLI. Yes.
Yep.
And
there's
so
the
many other
center.
events. So
Yeah.
that's the fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, keep it right here. We've got more good things coming your way in just a few minutes.
Melissa, have you ever done that part of Route 66 that goes through Arizona? So, you know, that area between Kingman and Oatman is probably one of the most beautiful and most dangerous.
It is dangerous,
And so,
but I love it.
yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. And, you know, back in the day, people would pay locals to drive their cars along that because of all those twists and
the
turns.
twists,
I
yeah.
mean, if you've ever seen, there was a Lucy and Ricky movie, The Long,
Long,
Long
Long
Trailer,
Trailer, yeah.
where they do that and then you get a semi coming at them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a point where it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, it is one of the most spectacular, beautiful, and most dangerous parts of Route 66. Truckers used to call it the crookedest road in the West.
Crookedest road in the
And
West.
even, I've seen the bloody highway, because also with all those curves, there's no border.
I feel like there's more accidents though, like from here to Las Vegas than on that curvy
Well,
stretch of
because it's
highway.
like you got to watch, because otherwise.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I mean, really, so this highway dates back to 1926. So next year, celebrating 100 years. Before that, it actually started as the Old National Trail, and pretty much was a dirt road that the miners and truckers and a few daredevils would actually do, and then it became Route 66. And I mean, and so it's that bit that climbs just west of Kingman, winding up in Sitgraves Pass. That's the area known as Bloody Route 66. And early travelers would pay locals to do exactly that, drive their car. Now, as you're driving along, if you look in the road, you might see some fish art.
Okay.
Which is a little chalk drawing of a fish hanging out. And if you see that, stop.
What does that mean?
Because then you'll look over and you'll see a set of stairs. And you'll climb up that, and you are on your way to an area that a man named Schaefer, who was helping work on the highway back in the 30s under the WPA, or the Works Progress Administration. And he created a fishbowl. He saw this area that constantly had water flowing. And so as he was working on this area called the Golden Section of the Highway, because gold mine to Kingman, and with this basin that he built, there's a little plaque in there that tells you right where you're going, and locals actually fill it full of fish.
Huh.
And so when you're up there, you may see other animals coming up for a drink.
Okay.
Or maybe some wild burros. Well,
That's
or maybe
cool.
not so wild burros.
Yeah, I know.
And but don't forget to not just look at the beautiful fishbowl full of, in the randomness of Route 66, there's this little oddity, but be sure to look out because, again, beautiful sunset.
Yeah.
I mean, such a beautiful place to be. And Route 66 really became the mother road with Grapes of Wrath, that Steinbeck novel turned movie that really kind of set the tone of the mother road.
Yeah.
I mean, those jalopies that people were afraid might not make the turns, or up and down all the different grades. And then you would get to Oatman, a town that in the heyday of Route 66 was a thriving mining town, but that soon stopped. And so now it is given over to tourists and nostalgia, with shops selling t-shirts, gunfights in the street, and sometimes even parades of classic cars going through.
Yeah.
Every spring, there is the fun run doing that Route 66 drive. And if you drive through it today, just, that highway still demands respect with those narrow switchbacks, stunning views. And, you definitely get that sense that you're chasing echoes of America's open roads.
Yeah.
So next time you're up there, just look around, because there's more little hidden spots that you wouldn't know unless, if you're just trying to make good time,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You want to stop, and so when you see the fish art in the road, stop.
I will. I didn't know about that when I went
So,
up there.
yeah, it's actually really cool. And that's exactly why you want to be here, because you may want to get your kicks on Route 66, and you can do that with the morning show. We'll be right back with more fun stuff. Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at
the fabulous Arizona Center.
And we are joined today by Laura Madden. Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Yeah, so I was just telling Laura, I used to do social media at ArtLink, and I would see her stuff all the time, and I would share it. So it's excited to meet you in person.
Yes, thank you. You did a great job.
Thanks.
Thank you. Helping to promote my work.
Well,
Yes.
that's what it's all about,
Yes.
right? Okay, so obviously you are an artist.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about you and your work.
Yeah, so I'm a mixed media artist, and I do abstract painting and sculpture. I would consider my style modern, and I collect and curate reclaimed materials, found objects, and that's what I use to create my collection of work. So everything is made sustainably. I would say pretty low carbon footprint, and it also is, it results in this unrivaled aesthetic when you create artwork using unconventional items. And so that's something that, it will never end. We have unlimited supplies of these leftover discards, unwanted canvases, wood scraps, paint, leftover paint, fabric remnants. So I work with a lot of builders, designers, people in the design industry, like upholsterers, and that's what I collect, all their unwanted stuff.
This has been a cool theme, I feel like, that
Right,
we've been having on the show. We had just had a company called Resketched, and they make journals and paper products out
nice.
of reclaimed paper.
I love it.
Yeah, so this is really cool to kind of see. I think a bunch of people coming in and talking about sustainability. That's incredible. How did you land on this, though, as like your thing?
Well, you know, it's an interesting story. I'll give you the cliff notes. I came to art from fashion. And so when I was working in fashion, I really zeroed in on sustainable fashion. And so I got very involved with, you know, secondhand fashion and how, I mean, basically fashion is one of the biggest contributors to waste and environmental destruction. Unfortunately, as much as I love fashion, it is true. And so that educated me on the amount of textile waste. And that really got me interested in how else can I utilize these textiles that are just going to go into landfill. I mean, it's truly a matter of like resurrecting value in these items that are no longer valued. I mean, what do you do with a scrap of fabric if somebody, you know, just cut a suit or a dress? What do you do with that stuff? And so there's tons of waste. And when I decided to pursue art professionally and full time, I had already been collecting these fabric remnants. I mean, I have a closet, I have drawers full of fabric remnants, and I love fabric and I love clothing so much. I just hung on to it for years thinking, you know, eventually I'll find something to do with these things. Thinking, you know, down the road I will learn how to sew and I'll make garments of some sort. That didn't happen. 2021, I had the thought to start incorporating these textiles into my artwork. For instance, what you're seeing here, the voluminous parts of these pieces are actual fabric remnants.
Okay.
So that's what you're seeing there.
How do they keep the shape?
You know, there's a number of ways, there's a number of techniques that I use. I do use different types of adhesives. But honestly, going along with the theme of essentially like a zero waste business is I use latex paint. And so I collect a lot of latex paint that's left over from, you know, building sites, builders, my own home renovations. That's why I got started doing that. And so when the latex paint dries, it like cures. It's almost like cement. And I've been doing this for years, and so it's not like one day it dries out and falls off. It truly is like cement, and it holds, and it's a wonderful means to sculpt, to hand sculpt and handcraft every single detail that you're seeing here. And so, you know, a lot of times paint, you know, it starts to dry out. It gets thick and tacky. It is no longer useful. You know, it's useless for its main purpose, which is to put it on your wall. But I always ask people not to throw that away because I will use it for my sculptures, and it just works wonderfully. And so I have a lot of paint, I have a lot of fabric. My husband is a really good sport, but we have a lot of supplies.
Sounds like your house.
I was going to say, lots of supplies.
You should come over. We could maybe trade sometime. But yeah, so long story short, that's how I get the fabric to stick. But it's really fun because it does help me to create these unusual and just one-of-a-kind bespoke shapes. And these folds and, you know, morph them how I want.
Do you ever do like large grand scale stuff?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, and I will tell you one of them. This is probably this is one of the largest pieces, and this is about 5.5 by 6.5 feet. This is hanging in my home, and this is a mixture of upholstery textiles that were rescued from an upholsterer that was closing shop. So yes, this is a large piece. And this is actually mounted on remnant pieces of wood that were shaped in this unusual shape. But yeah, so this is a large one. This is an example.
That's really cool.
Of a large piece. They're very labor intensive.
I bet.
But you know, when there's so much leftover, it's a great way for me to really put a dent in that waste.
So tell me about your creative process. Like, do you usually have one project going at a time, multiple projects? Like
tons.
Tons. I kind of thought I could guess that about you.
Yes, tons. I'm a total maximalist.
Would never have guessed.
Yes, I totally am.
It takes one to know one.
You know, it's just my mind is always pulling ideas. You know, I look at a rock and I think of something else to create, or, you know, I look at a show, design, fashion, magazines. I have these design books stacked all over my house, and those are a great source of inspiration, but it does trigger these ideas and just these threads of, a new series of work. So if you go into my studio, there are a number of projects at all stages, from first layer of paint to some pieces that are just about ready to be photographed. But there's many different projects. I wish I was one of those people who just did one project, start to finish, done. I feel like maybe that'd be more efficient. But I
not
just
as much fun.
not as much fun. I just have so many ideas.
Yeah.
And there's I feel like there's so much to do, and I really have very big goals in terms of the impact I want to have.
Yeah.
And so I do create as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like your life must be really magical too, just kind of in a constant state of discovery. Like, that sounds
That's a wonderful way
Yeah.
I love, that's a very positive way to put, I'm always working.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But yes, I am in create mode a lot of the time. And I do have a home studio, which is a real blessing, but at the same time, I can work
Right.
any hour of the day, and so I am.
Yeah.
I am.
So how do you know when a piece is finished?
That's such a great question, and everyone asks, and there's really no true answer. I mean, it's really just a feeling, it's a sense, and it's truly a matter of trusting myself, because I will get a feeling of like harmony, peace. You know what it comes down to? If I'm working on something and my hands just need to keep moving, like if I have this restlessness, then I know it's not done. Like I can't stop touching it.
Right.
It's just not done, and I'm gonna keep working it. I might mess it up a few times, but I will keep working it until I get to that place of harmony. But if I can work on something and my hands wanna rest, then I know.
Well, and that's what you're saying, like trust in yourself.
Yes.
I mean, it's like,
yes.
because you're the artist. It's you say when it's done.
Yeah.
And so-
Yeah, and it's a tricky thing with art. There's no rules. There's no rule book.
Right.
There's no right or wrong. It's completely subjective. You might say, I love this. You might say, whoa, this is not even close to done. You're on the underlayer. So self-trust, there's a lot of mindset work that I am always, I mean, that's something I've been working on since I was like 10. That's a lifelong
Aren't we
thing.
all?
I think we can all
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
exactly that.
Yeah, that's a whole other show.
So, right.
So I'm curious, when you think about your art out in the world, is it like in intimate settings in people's homes? Is it big gallery shows? Like, where do you want your art to be experienced?
I really, my dream is for my art to be collected. I actually started making art for myself and only myself, and I made art because I wanted to have art in my home. I wanted my home to feel a certain way. I wanted like this vibe in my home. That's the best way to describe it. And art is life-changing. It changes the vibe. It changes the frequency of your home and of your being. And I want other people to experience that. And so, my goal for my art is to have it collected by real people. I want it to live in other people's homes. I live with my art in my own home, and I do love it. So I know firsthand how it can affect you.
Yeah.
And ownership of a piece of art truly will change your life, because it does affect your soul, and it will daily for your entire life that you own this piece of art. And so I do want people to experience this. I think, of course, a big dream is museum shows, big, blue chip galleries. That'd be wonderful. I would never, turn that down. But I really want everyday people to have my art in their homes and to experience it and to benefit from it.
I love that. I think that's such a challenge lately, is just the accessibility to art, and kind of having to be a millionaire to afford or experience it. So I love that. That's your thought on that.
Yeah, it's interesting because I go to a lot of international art fairs and Art Basel and all these, and so I see the prices that really super high level accomplished artists are getting for their art, and it's like, whoa. I mean, it's really it's like, wow, oh, my art's very affordable. Even my big, most expensive pieces. It's interesting because you mentioned that. That's part of the reason that brought me to create this series that you're seeing here. These are the smallest pieces that I create, and they are the lowest price point. Some of them are not in the same series, but this heart series, and that is something that's meant to be more giftable. It's a more approachable, affordable price point, but that's part of why I started doing that, because I thought, someone wants to experience art, but maybe they can't afford or they don't have the space. They don't have
Right.
a wall
That's a
for
lot of space.
a
I mean,
large piece. Some people just don't have those walls, or I don't know, maybe they have a home full of windows, a glass house.
Or lots of
be
art
nice.
already on. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it's like.
Yes.
I've got so much on the walls that it's like, well, it's got to be really small to fit
Exactly.
into this space.
Which honestly, I
Exactly.
love that. So, because in our bedroom, we have an art wall where like the
Oh.
whole wall is just filled with different pieces of art. And I've loved kind of having to find smaller pieces to put
Here
in
you
there.
go.
Yeah.
Here you go. You might have one to add.
There you go. Okay, so for people that are resonating not just with your work but with your message, where can they learn more about you and support you and buy your art?
Well, I have a website, lauramaddenstudio.com. That would be the best place, and you can browse there. You can read about me. My bio's on there, my CV. You can purchase there. Also, if you're on Instagram, it's at Laura Madden Studio. I'm very active on Instagram, and that's the best place to see behind the scenes from my studio, because I can share, little snippets, 3 seconds here and there, 10 seconds, 10 minutes. So I go on there and I do a lot of live videos as well. So you can see me working in my studio, presenting art in my home or at other shows. But website and Instagram would be the best places.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Laura. We
you.
say it all the time. We love having art in the studio.
I'm
I
so
think it
glad.
just changes the mood. So
Yes.
it's been so beautiful having you here. Please do support Laura and her incredible work. But for now, keep it right here. We've got more beautiful things coming your way. Well, hi, friend.
Hey, what's going on?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. So,
Almost like it was planned.
what? We don't script things here. Actually, we don't. We don't script anything here. Maybe to our detriment. I don't know.
It's the magic.
Speaking of magic, we've got some family fun magic.
Ooh.
Yeah, that we could. Sorry, I was like, I'm working with a new specialty pharmacy. For any of my friends out there that have to work with specialty pharmacies, do you know how long I spent on the phone with them now? An hour to get a prescription refilled. So I thought they were calling me back to say it was done, and
That doesn't sound very special.
it's awful. It's the worst. So we're going to talk about something magical instead,
Good.
which is the Pumpkin Fest at the Fairmont Princess in Scottsdale. So this has been going on pretty much all October. They actually do have some blackout dates and stuff like that I noticed because I'm going with my friend Amber and her kiddos.
Oh, fun.
In a little bit, yeah. But it's kicks off at 5 p.m. It's actually not that bad of an idea to get there a little bit later because it's kind of fun when it's dark outside and you can kind of appreciate the lights a little bit. However, parking.
I was going to say, but if you get there late, then you're better off to probably just Uber.
But hot tip, if you buy on Groupon, they have Groupons for this, it includes parking. Otherwise, it's like $30 or something like that to park.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
FYI.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you haven't been before, they're claiming that this is bigger and better than years past. They really do have lots of events for kids, kind of things that are all lit up and displays. They had a s'more making center. They had a little carnival. I'm really excited to actually go with a family because
Right.
Pat, when he went with me last year, just like humored me, when we kind of walked through. But now I think I get to like do all this
Well,
stuff.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And so just like look at other people doing it. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that looks like fun, but I'm good.
So I'm excited. Yeah. So yeah, it's running through the 26th of October. And this is an all ages event. Tickets do start at $40, but like I said, you can get a Groupon, just saying.
And save on parking.
And save on parking, yeah. So there's that to think about. And I think with the Groupons, there's like, you can get like a family pack, and
okay.
that kind of thing. So we've got another Halloween event going on. It's Family Boo Bash at Kiwanis Park in Tempe, 6 p.m. on Friday. And this is basically a time for the whole family to come out. There's going to be face painting and train rides, a dance party. You can dress up. There'll be costume contests, a parade. They're going to actually show Monsters, Inc. as the featured film that day at Kiwanis Park. So you can bring some blankets or some chairs and settle in and watch a movie. There'll be food, all that good stuff. And this is from 6 to 10 p.m. This one's kind of cool because it's free. It's totally free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you and the whole family can come out, and all ages, like I said, are welcome. We've also got an event happening in our studio.
Oh, that's right.
Event.
Yeah.
Yep, so 726 Studios, which is our home, is throwing a Halloween event. The first 2 nights that they're doing it, the 25th and the 26th, are family fun night.
Ah, okay.
They're talking about having kind of a dance party for the kiddos and, you know, costumes and trick-or-treating and all sorts of fun stuff. I know we're in the family event right now, but the next weekend, the 30th and the 31st, that is your 21 plus Halloween party. Yeah, so I think there will be alcohol and such involved. That one.
And probably shorter costumes.
Yeah, probably want to leave the kiddos at home for that one.
Or just use those costumes.
Or use your kids' costumes.
Yes.
There you go. Way to repurpose and be thrifty. I like it. But if you're curious about the events happening here, you can actually go to 726studios.com, and there's all the information about the events. You can grab tickets. This one is not free, so you will have to pay for a ticket to attend, but this is kind of one of their inaugural kickoff events. It's going to be a big deal for them, so, you know, come on out and enjoy that. That is all I've got for families.
Well, I mean, but that means but there's still a lot going on. Oh my gosh.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally you could just like turn around and hit it.
I know, now the cool weather is hit, it's just how the onslaught is starting to happen.
Yeah. And we do have definitely more events to talk about that aren't necessarily kid focused.
Right.
So keep it right here. We'll be sharing even more amazing things to do with a little bit of holiday magic too, just for you.